Video ideas can be pretty hard to come up with. You want to be original and unique, but sometimes you just can't think of something. You can spend hours brainstorming just to end up at a dead end. Or you can try to come up with new ways to think up new ideas. Hello, fellow entrepreneurs. S.W.McCall here, author of the Ray William Chronicles, High Moon. A huge fan of a big old bowl of chili. And here are 5 tips that can help you come up with good video ideas. Before we get started, please take a moment to like and subscribe so that you can be informed with all the tips and tricks as I release them in future videos that come out. It only takes a second, and it's great investment for your future self-growth. Go on, I'll wait. Oh, done already? Perfect, let's get started. Tip number 1, focus on things that you're passionate about. Oh, alright. Your passions are what drives you. They help you get through the toughest times. If you have a passion for something, a lot of times it can be a phenomenal source of inspiration for any type of video that you're working on. Because of this, I always recommend starting with whatever you're passionate about, as if even you don't get an idea from there, this is a phenomenal way to get the creative juices flowing. Tip number 2, look at the different video niches and see what they're doing. When it comes to video ideas, another really great way to come up with something new is to actually look through the different video niches and just kind of see what they're doing. Now, I'm not recommending looking through the adult film industry if you're trying to do research on how to become a pizza man, as you might be getting a little bit of misinformation, but you can find quite a few different niches that have a lot of useful information. Some of the different niches you may want to look into are educational videos, how-to videos, and even product review videos. Not only can these niches give you different topics to work on, but who knows, with a little bit of trial and error, you might find that you really like to work in some of these niches. Tip number 3, listen to an audiobook or watch another YouTube video for inspiration. Another phenomenal way to come up with great ideas is simply to listen to an audiobook or once again watch some other people's YouTube videos. Not only is this a phenomenal way to come up with some great ideas, but you can also take away other tips from these sources, such as editing techniques and lighting techniques, background techniques. I mean, a lot of different techniques. Another reason that this is such a great idea is even if you don't necessarily come up with a great idea directly from this, you can learn tips and tricks that'll make your life 10 times easier. And like I said before, I am a huge fan of audiobooks. I think they are life-changing. Same thing with like some people's YouTube channels. There's a lot of really great ones out there if you actually look into it. But yeah, if you're struggling to kind of find an idea, take a step back, take 15, 20 minutes, go through some different like audiobooks and YouTube channels, and you might find the inspiration that you need. Tip number 4, when you got a good idea, write her down. Another great way to come up with video ideas is to simply write them down. Just make sure when you do, you're using the green crayon, not the red one. Those don't count. Now, I get it. This one's not really how to come up with a great idea. This one's more of how to solidify a great idea. What I mean by that is anytime you write something down, you make it real. Your mind has a tendency to forget things. So by putting it on paper or having a note app on your phone. Personally, I like to use Google Notes, Google Keeps. I'm a huge Google fan. Anytime you have an idea, as soon as you get that idea, doesn't matter what it is, stop what you're doing and write it down. If you don't, you will forget a lot of your great ideas. In your mind, whenever it's in a restful state, you are in a state where your mind is going to naturally produce creative thoughts, creative ideas. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you do. Your mind will produce these. What you need to do is whenever those ideas come to fruition, whenever you see them, I probably said fruition wrong. What you need to do is you need to take a step back and write down what it is. Once again, the reason this particular tip is so powerful is over time, you'll find that as you're writing them down, you will come up with a backlog of ideas. That way you'll never really face running into that situation, or if you do, it's going to be super rare, where you're running into writer's block and you don't know what to write next. So absolutely, say it with me guys, write it down, write it down, write it down. And tip number 5, put yourself in other people's shoes. Putting yourself in other people's shoes is probably one of my favorite ways to come up with ideas. Just do me a favor guys, if you're going to be putting yourself in mine, make sure it's a size 12. Trust me, you don't want to be anything smaller. You'll get your feet all rubbed up and chafed, and if it's too big, if your foot's too big, then you're going to be in a situation where your toes going to be cramped. It's not going to be fun. Not going to be fun. Thank you. I'll be here all week. The reason why this idea is so powerful is because whenever you can think from somebody else's point of view, You can see other people, what is valuable to other people. In turn, when you can kind of get out of your mindset of this is what I love, this is what's great, this is this. And you can think about it from other people's perspectives. You can a lot of times see other topics that maybe you're missing completely. If you're having a hard time seeing that, it may not even be a bad idea to once again ask people, hey, I've been doing this for a while. Do you have any recommendations of maybe a video that I should do next? And a lot of times friends and family members will be more than happy to kind of give you some insight. Whenever you start to build up enough of a following on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or whatever, you can also ask them. A lot of your friends and family will be more than happy to discuss a lot of this stuff with you. You just got to take a moment, take a step back and ask people. This is a great way to lead to insight and new ideas. This is also a really great way to kind of get new content without having to worry about the whole copy and paste method. You're looking at it from not looking on a website, looking at top 10 lists or anything like that, if that's what you do. Steve, I'm kidding. But you're actually also taking an active role with your audience. At the end of the day, I love making videos. I think this is fun. It really is a passion of mine. But my videos don't mean squat if my audience doesn't appreciate it. If you guys don't appreciate it. And for that, you know what? I thank you. Thank you guys. I don't say it enough, but thank you. These were 5 different tips to helping come up with great video content. Is there any tips that you guys use that I forgot to mention? If so, please let us know in the comments below. Once again, if you like this video, please like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel so that you and your family and your friends can learn some of these tips and tricks that I'm sharing. In turn, I'm hoping that they'll be able to help make your guys' lives and goals and stuff like that a little bit more manageable